Hey guys! So today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to actually pick my TBR shelf, so my August TBR list, so you guys can see kind of how I do this. So, get you down here. This was in frame when I first did this, and then it went out of frame for some reason. There you go. Okay, hey! Everything's rebelling against me today. Okay, so all of my books that I'm going to read are on these shelves, and then these have down here have already been read, and these are some of my favorites. Right now, the one that's missing is Rise of the Dragon Witch, because that is on temporary loan to somebody else who wanted to read it. Most of the time, I let the Wheel of Names choose my books, but I've chosen the first two for August already. This one, it felt like it had to go on the list. Make sure the light gets on it. August of the People by V.F. Aubrey. Felt like it needed to be in an August read. And then I couldn't wait anymore for this one to get selected. The Diamond Palace by T.M. Kirk. So those are the first two. And I'm going to choose 7 more for my August TBR. Okay. Double Jeopardy. Okay, where's that one? That one's right here. Okay. By Alan Bales. We're going to take that off the list so it doesn't get selected again. Is this way all the way up? Yeah, it is. Not actually. Not actually. Oh, that's one I was actually kind of looking forward to. The one with the gecko on his shoulder. Okay. Mediterranean Waves by L.E. Minks and T.J. Fox. One, two, three. Ooh, a nice thick one. In Beds of Flowers by Jess Lane. Nice. That is not how you pronounce that, sir. Oh, another thick one. Well of Ada by K.B. Benson. There's 5. 2 more. Speak the Ocean by Rebecca Enzor. Alright, one more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we said we were I said I was going to pick 7 for this month. There are 7 more than the other 2. They wait in the woods. There it is. That's a smaller one. By S.M. Savan. Okay. Alright, so you can remove that one now. Alright. So now that we have our list, here's our August of the People, by V.F. Aubrey. V.F. Aubrey is an anthropologist. This is a dystopian novel. August Divendale has a dangerous secret. 2 warring histories brew within him, and they're about to collide. Now 19 years old, he grew up an orphan among the people, a hunter-gatherer band in the wild northwestern rainforest of North America. 500 years after the elites fled the planet, they make a precarious, isolated living by hunting the extinct Ice Age megafauna. While August struggles to prove his worth to them, his enigmatic, dangerous origin is about to result in put his adopted home at risk. August's big chance to show that he's not just a strange foreign kid comes when he's chosen to lead the annual mastodon hunt, but the event is soured by the discovery of an ancient-looking spearhead lodged in the recently dead animal. The people, already alarmed by this forbidding omen, are shocked by the entrance of 2 unusual-looking soldiers into their winter village. Barely alive after traveling from a distant surviving industrial city called Liburnia, they tell a gruesome tale of their legion slaughtered by half-human beasts. The council selects August to guide a ragtag group across the mountains to make contact and assess the threat. During the expedition, it's not only saber-toothed tigers, marauding groups, and drowned cities that will threaten their survival. August's past is intimately linked to the ongoing war between Liburnia and those whom the pre-fall scientists chose to resurrect from extinction in defiance of nature's will. When his history catches up to him, he must try to prove his value while making an impossible choice: to save his adopted family from the ancient threat reborn into the world, or to turn against the malevolent forces that destroyed it in the first place. Either way, he'll decide the fate of those he loves, along with the future of life on the planet. So that's the first in the August TBR. T.M. Kirk, The Diamond Palace, Onyx Palace, Book 1. In the heart of Ravella, where magic and danger intertwine, Rain Solace stands at a crossroads of destiny and desire. Abandoned as an infant, raised in the cold New Jersey foster system, Rain has always felt the ache of longing for a family she never knew. When a striking stranger offers her the chance to uncover the truth about her parents, Rain is thrust into a vibrant realm teeming with magic and fantastical creatures. It's there that she learns she is the lost princess of the Diamond Palace, with a father whose hidden agenda could either save or doom her. As she grapples with her newfound identity, she finds herself entangled in a prophecy that could restore the rebellion's failing magic. But it's not just the stakes of her mission that complicate her journey. It's the magnetic pull towards the king's brooding general, Drazen, a man shrouded in mystery and burdened by his own past. Their chemistry crackles like the magic in the air, igniting passions Rain never dared to explore. As she delves deeper into her destiny, Rain must learn to trust herself and people around her, even as she fights to reclaim her rightful place in a world where the magic and desire collide. Double Jeopardy. Oh, this is a nice thick one. I like the thicker books. Okay, there's an epilogue. Is there a prologue too? 468 pages. Yeah, there is a prologue. Cool. And this is, so these are all part of series. So these are all the first books in a series. Ever had that feeling your reflection is plotting against you? Sometimes. Called to the scene of a grisly double murder in a northern English village. Ooh. Detective Inspector Dave Barnes thinks he's seen everything until the threads of his investigation unwind an otherworldly secret. As the inspector of this and his team delve deeper into the case, a former history professor with a personal interest in the crime steps forward to provide bizarre clues that seem too impossible to be true, and as Professor Claire Tooley shares her discoveries dating back to a failed military experiment 90 years earlier, D.I. Barnes realizes that he's embroiled in a cover-up that reaches the highest levels of the government and beyond. On a parallel Earth, Colonel David Barnes observes his doppelganger with contempt as the detective wedges closer to learning the truth about alternate worlds, the multidimensional portals that link them. But as the Colonel seeks to assume control, he will do whatever it takes to overcome those in his way, even if that means assassinating the man reflected in the mirror. With the fate of his Earth at stake, and realizing that not everyone around him is who they appear to be, Detective Inspector Barnes and his team must battle for their survival. But how can he win the fight when his own reflection is plotting against him? This is one of those that I would absolutely put in like an October video, but I also don't think that there's ever, just because October has Halloween in it doesn't necessarily mean Halloween is the only time you can read scary books. I think all books are any season books. Not Actually by Madeline Dixon. This one I was interested in because there's a gecko on his shoulder, it looks like, and it's also sitting on a plate on the back. Zoe Giles has officially hit rock bottom. I probably pronounced that wrong. I'll have to get a hold of the author and find out how to pronounce her name. In just under a week, she left her emotionally abusive boyfriend, moved in with her brother and his wife, and lost her job. She's grown accustomed to the 28 years of bad luck the universe has dealt her, but she's never had to rebuild her entire life before. Armed only with a duffel bag and her things, and her broken down car, rebuilding is challenging. After stumbling home on the worst day of her life, Zoe crash lands straight into Kieran McCarthy. Kieran has been best friends with Zoe's brother since 3rd grade. Zoe's had a crush on Kieran since high school, and now Zoe's life is a mess, and Kieran is a highly respected drama professor. She's never felt more inadequate, but somehow Kieran sees her and manages to reignite her spark. As he helps her pick up the pieces, the lines they've never crossed start to blur. Years of missed chances and tiptoeing to keep Zoe's brother off their backs collapse as it becomes clear that sometimes you have to fall apart to fall together. Mediterranean Waves by L.E. Minks and T.J. Fox. After over a year, Sam has broken free of a narcissistic online lover, but mentally a shell of who she used to be. Sam is lost. Her oldest friend, Nina, insists Sam on take a healing journey to the scenic country of Greece. Sam's hesitation about the journey melts away as she's entranced by Greece's lovely scenery, kind people, and gorgeous men. One in particular, Lucian, the sarcastic and flirtatious Florida boy, instantly charms Sam and offers a chance to step out of her comfort zone and experience the fun in life. "You're thinking too much, Sam. Life is an adventure. You should live it," Lucian says, and a sassy new friend, Jenny, agrees. Together they take Sam on an awakening journey that changes how she feels about herself and life. When Sam's heart is open and she loves herself again, unexpected, perfect love finds her. Now she must be brave enough to trust it. It's kind of giving Under the Tuscan Sun vibes, and I actually really liked that movie. It's one of my rewatch movies. This is another thick book. I think this is about the author, yeah. Epilogue. Okay, 516. So almost as thick as Rise of the Dragon Witch, which I loved. In Beds of Flowers, Dion Evestra has been the right hand to the Fae King for over 80 years. In that time, he's fulfilled every dark order presented to him, each one hardening his heart, but 2 women from 2 different times will test Dion as he's never been before. Kiergan Vey, wielder of shadows, daughter to a famed general and orchestrator to the destruction of the Fae King and his reign. Will she succeed in her task, or will her darkness and desires be her downfall? Althea Cardinia, 4th in line to the crown of the human continent, and a powerful healer. In a centuries-old tradition, she must choose a man to marry by her 21st birthday, and she's resolved to do her duty despite the part of her that wishes for more. But as always happens in fairy tales, Althea learns to be careful at what she wishes for because the fate that comes to her in the final hour is far worse than the last. With no knowledge nor experience in how to fight this new enemy, Althea finds herself forced to do something even harder, to trust them, him, and the one who betrayed her and her family. Or maybe she'll stab him. Again. The Well of Ada, K.B. Benson. Everyone hides a monster inside. I tore mine from the inside out. 2 years have passed since Ari was taken prisoner to the troll realm. 2 years of blood staining her hands, killing as the Troll King's mercenary. In Ada, it's kill or be killed, and Ari will do anything to survive. But survival does not come easy in Ada, especially for a young woman with fire in her blood. When Ari's sold to one of Ada's most notorious training masters, her survival comes with a price. Unleash the monster she's buried inside. A very real and very dangerous creature no opponent can defeat. Ari expects to kill, she expects to survive, but she doesn't expect her growing feelings for the man who has claimed her as his. Together, Ari and her master will cut down every opponent in the arena, seeking to win a wish from their king, until a man from her past challenges her within those walls, and everything Ari has fought for crumbles. All for a man she once loved, but if she's to save her own life, then she must take his. After all, everyone dies in Ada. Ooh. That's giving kind of a Hunger Games vibe. Speak the Ocean by Rebecca Enzor. When the mermaid performers at Oceana Marine Park turn violent and attack their handlers, it's Finn Jarvis's job to euthanize them. The work is dangerous and he botches the latest assignment, causing the death of 2 additional and expensive mer. His dream of becoming a superstar trainer seems lost until a newly caught mermaid offers him the opportunity to prove himself. Erie isn't just any mermaid, she's an ocean princess that's been ripped from her home. She doesn't know what the land folk want from her, but she's determined to learn air words and find out. Alone and voiceless, she watches as other merfolk are broken into submission, but Erie refuses to be subjected. To avoid the fate of Oceanic's other mer and eventually make it home, she needs to make the crowds love her as something more than entertainment. While Finn trains Erie in her routine, she teaches herself English. Finn's always seen the mer as ruthless aquatic predators, but Erie seems more human than fish. Soon he finds himself breaking the #1 rule of Oceana: never humanize the mer. Finn's awe-inspiring routine breaks too many rules, and he's soon fired with a new trainer taking over Erie's show. One that will do whatever it takes to break and silence her. Finn needs to free Erie before she's broken or killed by her new trainer, or snaps and kills the new trainer herself. To do that, he'll have to launch a campaign to take down one of the most popular attractions in the world, turn his back on the closest friends and family, and protect Erie from ever being captured again. And then the last one is SM7 Savans, They Wait in the Woods. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep. 4 university buddies go to the Lewis family cabin near Tahoe for a few days of outdoor sports and hard partying. The stay has a horrible end, however, when 3 of the young men are found brutally murdered, while the last one of the party has gone missing, presumed to be responsible for the killings. Their best friend may be the prime suspect, but was he really responsible for the murders, as evidence points to something far more sinister, something more beast than man. Fueled by concern over the welfare of their best friend and tormented by all the unanswered questions, Bonnie and Eric decide to take a late-night drive to the cabin and take a look at the scene of the crime for themselves. The plan is simple: a quick look around and return home before morning class starts. But they have no idea what savage secrets wait for them in the woods. So, those are the books I will be reading and reviewing for August. So, throughout the month of August, these reviews will go up on YouTube. Other than that, that's all I've got for you today. So, bye.